Hello, North Country soccer fans, and welcome to the George Brendler Field here on the 29th day of October 2010. For the second season of the soccer season, it's playoff time. It's Chazy against Wells. Chazy comes into this game. They're the defending state champions. They're ranked number 1 in the state. Wells had to get into this game as a play-in game. They beat Westport 2-1 the other day, and Westport is a team that Chazy beat 16-0. I'm Joey Trombley, calling tonight's action. On the camera is the founder of Hometown Cable, Calvin Castine, and on to my left here is our color commentator, Joe Poisson. And Joe, this has the makings of a lopsided game if you look at the previous history earlier this year on other games.
Well, there's probably two ways of looking at this. Either Wells is going to come in here looking like the Seals getting slaughtered on the ice, or they're going to come in here and pull U.S. over the Russia in 1980 in the Olympics, because that's what it would be like for, most people are figuring this game to be.
Well, this could be a goal right here, and it's Lauren Quick goes over the net. So I think you're going to have incredible pressure here by the Eagles. And Joe, I know that you have the latest rankings came out, and if you could share with the viewers what those are all about.
Well, yeah, the high school rankings for the year. Chazy's been ranked number 1 all year, and for good reason. They are undefeated, except for the one blemish at the very beginning of the year due to powerhouse Plattsburgh, Class B Plattsburgh, who I believe is ranked 5th now.
Number 5th in the state, that's correct.
So congratulations to them. They've had a great season themselves. They are undefeated throughout their whole league, and they're probably favored to do it. But Wells, down in the 3rd division in the MVAC, they bring in a total record of 6-5, a league record of 4 wins and 5 losses. They do not have the goals for and goals against. The Chazy Eagles are bringing a 15-1 record. Total 9-0 in the league. They have 93 goals for and only 4 against.
So it's a high-powered offense and a very stingy defense. And there's the first goal. Oh, and what a save, and off the post. And we're just early into this first half, and it's just a matter of time, I think, before the Eagles find the back of that net with what we've seen so far.
Well, it's they just had a great opportunity there. Eagles seem to be moving the ball at will right now. It's early in the game, but they just had a couple of fine opportunities.
Well, DeJean came up big there. He went Brooks Robinson style, diving to his left. And I know I date myself when I say Brooks Robinson, but he was the famous third baseman for the Baltimore Orioles back in the 70s.
And how about that Pie Trainer from the Pittsburgh Pirates back in the 1913 season?
Pie Trainer, I remember him well. He was a great player. Joe, you laugh. And as you were saying...
Oh, great. I see that Coach McAuliffe for the Eagles, another great season for the Chazy Eagles. Being ranked number 1 all year in Class D, and it's just a hard feat to do. Reba lets go with a shot on top of the box.
And that was offsides.
Yeah, just going to call offsides.
Offsides on Hunter Dominy.
That was a nice shot by Reba, keeping the ball low because it is slippery out. And ball has a tendency to skip. The field is, I talked to Mr. Norcross, Brian Norcross, the athletic director, before the game, asked him how the field conditions are, and he said 85% good. And unfortunately, down where the Wells Indians are, it's rather that familiar Chazy quagmire.
Yeah, this time of year, and this is the second game. Last night, the Chazy girls started their quest to make it back to the sectional championship, and they beat the Mariah Vikings 6-0 last night, so they'll be moving on to the semifinals. But there are 6 games in 3 days here, and 6 games in 3 days when it's been raining for the last couple days. I got a feeling it's going to be real sloppy by game 3 tonight.
Yeah, that's very possible, unless, it does stop raining and this wind dries it up a little bit, which I hope it does. Mr. Norcross was telling me he was looking forward to it not raining, but weather never cooperates, and you got to deal with what you have.
Yeah, well, the weather report said there was a chance of rain this morning, and it just rained steady all morning, so it didn't help the field for sure. And there's a nice clear by the Wells defense.
At least it's not white.
It's not white, and I will say, Calvin and Joe, today is a far cry from the first game we did here, the Labor Day tournament, where we were sweating and swatting mosquitoes because of the humidity. So we've gone from that to wearing layers of clothes up here and gloves for the smart ones up here. Joe, as we know, is not too intelligent. He's got his bare hands out.
His mother listens to this,
Of course, and the reason I pick on, folks, if you're hearing this for the first time, Joe and I always bust on each other. Joe did have his gloves, and he forgot him, so we're just kind of busting on him here a little bit. And we have
That's a nice ball right there by Reba.
to Barrier.
McCarthy over to the middle. Chazy's moving the ball really well here.
But again, what I'm seeing here, Joe, and I went down to the MVACs down in Johnsburg, which is a much smaller field. Same, at least Wells has number 7, Raymond, out on the near midfield.
Yeah, they're waiting for a break.
But Johnsburg had all 11 people back there.
Yeah, I guess they were playing defense from what you were saying, but this is what they're looking for. This is their
See, they're
their
playing
chance.
for a break
Yeah,
here.
That's an intelligent move. If you have number 7 up there, who's number 7 for the Indians?
That would be Raymond.
And so he's just on top, waiting for a long ball, waiting for a mistake. Hey, you get a lead, you never know what can happen.
Exactly. And Barrier, he can make things happen here. And Lauren, very quick in the box, pushes it, trying to find McCarthy. And then you have
Selfish. I've noticed that about the boys. Chazy, we have the 2 out of the top 3 scorers of the MVAC are the Eagles, with Lauren number, what is it, 24 Lauren,
and 3
and McCarthy. So they're having to find years. 2 out of the top 3 scorers. Lauren's bringing 20 goals, 12 assists at 52 points at the top scorer, and we have McCarthy with 22 goals, 3 assists, and 47 points.
So, but even if you were to key on McCarthy and Lauren, they still have enough offensive
Oh,
firepower.
yeah. Well, you're
up there.
bringing Barrier here, the midfielder, the junior midfielder for the Eagles. He comes in here with 8 goals, 10 assists, 26 points. You also got to worry about the other midfielder, Caleb Snide, the senior. He brings in 4 goals, 9 assists, and 17 points. We have Rabideau that's come off the bench. He's also in the top scorers with 13 points. That's 6 goals, 1 assist. Domini, 4 goals, 4 assists with 12 points. Reynolds, the defender, that's very unusual. So they're all doing well. They spread the scoring out pretty well.
Right now, it is Lauren, the leading goal scorer in the league, going through. He's taken down, so we're going to have a direct kick here, a restart here for the Eagles just outside the box. So, Joe, do you think we'll see a set play, or we're going to see a booming shot into the upper corner?
I don't. That's going to be interesting. Looks like they've
They've done some nice set plays this year.
Yeah, they're going to try to set something up here. Maybe it looks like there's 3 of them around, so they're asking for 10. So probably going to be a shot here. They're asking for 10.
Barrier can go upper left.
Yeah. Oh, nice
Oh,
play.
I've seen this play earlier this year.
Oh, good
And
try.
it's knocked out of bounds. And Josh Fish is a big fullback there. He almost looks like a football player.
Could be, yeah. He's good. Does a good job getting rid of that ball.
I
Not
can see
letting him
myself
play
in
around
traction
there.
if he took me down on the tackle.
He's a big man.
He is.
Wells is doing a good job just keeping the ball out of the net.
Well,
There's a lot of
Barrier, as he does all year, has taken the corner kick here. And McCarthy trying to get a shot off. He does.
What a shot.
And what a play by McCarthy. I mean, but the patience of McCarthy just to control the ball and then rip it.
That was sweet.
And Chazy goes up 1-0.
That's a highlight goal right there.
Real quick. I mean, it was a nice cross by Barrier. And at what time did they score that goal?
32-18 left here in the first half.
So 32-18 left here in the first half. So 7 minutes and 42 seconds. Chazy gets on the board.
Should mention the officials. We got our good friend Jim Schatz, and over on the far side, Tim Leach is the guy's name.
Now, I haven't seen Tim Leach. Is he from the southern end?
I would assume so.
I have not seen him ever up here, I don't think.
Name sounds halfway familiar, but
The name Tim?
Leach.
Leach, okay.
I've known a lot of leeches over the years. So.
And Chazy back on the offensive attack. It's Hayden Gay here on the left side. He takes a long shot, and if you're a football fan, that would have been 3 points. And it will be a goal kick here for the Wells Indians. And it's number 35, Caleb Hayes, setting it up. And it's Fish taking the kick. And he takes a low kick, intercepted by Lauren. Lauren working his way into the outside of the box, far side, trying to get by the defense. And he sends it across, trying to hit Barrier. It's headed back over. And it's a battle for the ball. And it's number 25, Brennan. Knocks it out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in here for Chazy. And it's Hunter Domini going over to take the throw in for Chazy.
What a nice goal by McCarthy, though. Beautiful. Just a great.
I mean, he didn't panic, and there's another cross. He didn't panic. He just kind of controlled the ball and then just let it rip. And, McAuliffe has moved Gravel back into the fullback position, speed, and plus that senior leadership. And a nice move on Coach McAuliffe to make some adjustments here.
Moving Hayden Gay up in the midfield on the left side of that midfield. Hayden Gay has some good receiving skills, and he has a cannon for a left foot for a freshman.
Right, and
A lot of time.
and there goes the feed now, and it's knocked right out of bounds by number 20. Is that number 2 or 22?
You know what? I did bring my glasses, Joey. I
Well,
will put them on.
if it says 22, I don't see one here. And so we have Barrier here on the near sideline or near a corner post taking the corner here for Chazy. And there was a wasted corner there. And, you know, for a 3 o'clock game, it's an okay crowd here on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah, the kids aren't out of school yet, so they'll start filtering out here soon, I imagine. But it's not a very pleasant day, Joey, as you mentioned. It's what's the temperature? High 40s, maybe?
Oh, tops 43?
Yeah, 43, so
They,
it's,
and they said by the 7 o'clock game tonight will be in the high 30s. So Calvin brought his socks with batteries in it to stay warm.
everybody did.
Oh, there's Barry with the shot.
Good try.
And, you know, the Jongs, you know, for any goalie down there, if there's any action, it's tough because it's slippery down there.
And wet and cold.
Oh, yeah, it's all of the above.
I don't know how cold he is. He's staying pretty hot with a lot of
Well,
action.
I'm feeling pretty good with my gloves on and my scarf and my 3 layers of clothes up here, so I'm feeling pretty good. But, you know, it feels good to be, not feels good, for those guys that are young. And I know when we were that age, Joe, I can at least speak for myself. I probably shouldn't speak for you, but that didn't bother me one bit. You couldn't wait for the game to get going.
Never felt it.
No, you never did feel it.
Unless you're the keeper. Like Mr. Santori, he's down here staying, trying to stay busy, trying to stay warm.
Get it up to him, guys!
And then
That was before global warming, too.
that's right. That was, yes. And you know, it's funny you bring that up. I remember back in the 70s, and of course we never played soccer in November. It was in October. I mean, you had some blistering cold days.
It seems like that, yes.
Oh my! Especially when you sat on the bench, you really noticed it.
Luckily, I didn't have that problem.
Yeah, you were a starter because you were from a small school. I was from a big school, and I never got to play. Well, there was a reason for that.
George liked players he could look right in the eye.
Joey, you wouldn't have started here either.
Did you hear what he said?
What's that?
George liked players he could look in the eye.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. I got a good story. Talking on Facebook with some old players, and we were laughing about that. The Pygmy Patrol. Sorry, Coach. I was the one that gave him that name.
He's never forgiven. He's never forgiven you.
We're
Oh, McCarthy
small
trying to-
guys.
Come on, Raymond, we're here, go make it right!
And Snide, but Chazy does a nice job with their one touches, controlling the midfield, passing the ball around. And there's the ball cleared into Chazy territory, but Reynolds, you feel very comfortable and just easily push it over to Tregan on the far side. And Chazy's now back on the counterattack with the ball over to Snide.
A lot of space. Look at the space he has.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like there's too much respect here for the Eagles. I guess for good reason. And it's Reba coming to the near side over to Gravel. And Gravel has time. He just tried to push it up. And number 9 had checked into the game, Zemkin. And it's headed by Reynolds. And it is Barrier one-timing it back to Gravel. He gives it up over to Reba. Reba lets it go by him. Now he takes off with it, being chased by number 21, Bogo. And it's Reba doing a nice job. And you can see that anytime that Wells gets the ball, they're just booming the ball. There's just trying to clear it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long evening, I think, for the Wells Indians.
And again, you know, we got to talk to fairness. Wells is not a big school.
No, they're not.
And Chazy is definitely one of the bigger
Is this
Class
the
B
first time
schools
Wells has been up here?
in a while.
Yeah, okay. I don't recall myself the boys playing Wells.
And Dominic does a nice job. He's trying to clear it out, and it's just cleared up to the top there, and Tregan steps up
Good job by Tregan right there.
into the offensive zone,
Nice service.
sends it across, and Barrier,
There it is.
oh, just goes wide. And the goalie is going a little closer than I thought, and we'll have a goal kick here for Wells. And how much time we got left, Joe?
Right now we have 26-18.
And shots on net, if you have that.
It's
I would look, but I don't want to get
9 to
cover Calvin's camera here.
9 to 0.
9-0 already within the first 13 minutes. I would say you don't call that a shot.
You gotta.
A misdirect.
Sometimes you can take a little touch. You know, you get a little. Problem with games like this sometimes is And the boys, they hard time getting up, and they go more north-south, sometimes. But I don't know the Chazy doing that today. They're passing the ball back, just keeping the ball. A lot of times you'll have teams, that are superior, and they'll just go right at the net and keep going right at the net, especially with younger players. Chazy's well coached. They're just still playing their game. The opportunities are coming.
Oh, yeah.
They have one goal. They could have had a few more, but they're doing the right thing like this here. Just spreading the field. Yeah, just spreading them out.
I think Gay does a nice job playing his position.
Nice receive, yeah. Great
Nice
job
trap.
receiving that.
And Hayden Gay's what, a freshman?
He's a freshman.
Yeah. And that was a hard shot.
Good right foot.
Goes off the fish.
Good right foot with Hayden because he's a left-footed. Well, that's a dangerous ball.
That is dangerous. And it's cleared out by the defense. Now, if everything goes true to form, Joe, Chazy will be playing Elizabethtown here in the semis, and it would be Willsboro against Johnsburg.
Look at this work right here, though. That is, you gotta like that. I don't care. Barry trying to let go with the shot, but just that passing itself was just nice to watch. Both teams are relaxed. It doesn't appear to be too physical at the time. Hasn't been any calls really per se. So.
Well, I got emails from Calvin today, or sent email from Calvin, and if Chazy does make it to the semis, which we're assuming, there's another goal. Oh, what a shot by McCarthy! But he went side net, upper right side. That was just absolutely impressive. Did that come from Snide? We're going to find out. Mr. Schutz is coming over. It's from Lauren. So you have the Lauren-McCarthy connection. They hook up there, and it's now a 2-0 Chazy game. And Calvin, my understanding is you probably won't be here for the semifinal game.
The Class C finals are that night, and of course with Sam out of commission now, I gotta pick and choose, and
Yeah, you got to do a championship game.
the Bobcats will be in there for the boys, and Seton Catholic girls will be there. And
What day will that be? The semifinal game here.
I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday. It's Wednesday of next week.
It's Wednesday. Okay. What time? Is there any time on that?
No, but I'm assuming 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And here comes Lauren now, and now he's just going to let it rip. And he just drilled the post. That goalie, I think he kind of moved his hand. If he'd have had his hand by that post, he'd probably have broke it. That ball was just ripped by Lauren. And, let's face it, you're right. If Wells was to beat Chazy today, it'd be like the U.S. beating Russia in the '80 Olympics. But it's got to be a treat for these guys just to come on the field with the #1 team in the state. Wouldn't you think?
Had to not if I don't know.
Well, I know, but
trick or treat.
no, but wouldn't you want to say that, hey, we actually played against the best team in the state?
I guess if you're going to look at it so fatalistic like that, I guess. I mean, that's kind
Fatalistic?
Yeah, it's just.
Well, do you really believe they came into this game thinking they're going to pull off an upset?
You know what? You never know.
You don't. I agree with that.
Let's face it. It probably it was. It's not likely, and by the score, of course. But it's just. Hey, you'd like to think you have a chance. I mean, hey, why not?
And there, McCarthy's got a hat trick. And how many minutes did it take McCarthy to get a hat trick?
Well, that was 23:04 left, Joey.
So we have 16:56. It took Kyle McCarthy. Would we say a little luck of the Irish? No, we'd call it skill. He gets a hat trick within 16 minutes here of the first half, and it's the McCarthy and Lauren connection again.
It's called being in the right place at the right time, and that's
part of it.
That's part of hustle.
Yeah.
And once that ball was in front of them, I've seen some kids miss some close goals, but that one there was just impossible to possibly miss.
And they're moving Fish up, and he doesn't quite understand why coach is doing that. And the ball's cleared back toward midfield. It's Lauren with some nice speed. He gets by Jokoski, but it just goes out of his range, and so it'll be a throw in here for Wells. And Joe, this game had the makings of a one-sided game, and early on it's given every indication of that.
Well, it's the U.S. and Russia is not going to be revisited here in the George Brendler Field this afternoon.
No, I don't think so. And, but I think this is going to be a good game because Coach McAuliffe is going to clear the bench out and let his players get some action and playoff action. And he brought up a couple of JV players, I understand.
Yeah, Cole Chazy, number 2, and I believe Brett Drew, 27. Chas, both sophomores. They had phenomenal junior varsity years, both those young men, and then congratulations to them to get selected to go up in the varsity during playoff time.
And you know what? I think in the early going, especially a game like this, I think they'll see some playing time today.
You know, that's very possible. I'd love to see those two guys. They hustle, they work extremely hard, very coachable players. They listen, very smart players too. But it was a pleasure to coach those two young men.
And we have a Barrier controlling the midfield.
Nice ball right there. Look at that pass.
Oh yeah, it's right onto the foot of Domini.
Wow, cut him up.
Now, you know, John, this is dangerous. Whoa. You know, nice save by the goalie.
Wow.
You know, we call these games, and we see it every night, but it is phenomenal what these kids as high school players do on a soccer field.
That was
we take it for granted.
Yeah, we do, but that was a great save. Who's the keeper again for
it's DeJong, James DeJong.
He's done a good job. He's made a couple of great saves.
You know he's a good goalie because he was literally frustrated when McCarthy got that third goal.
But that was a great save right there.
And that was Lauren. So the Lauren McCarthy show still carries on here in the first 20 minutes as we have now a 4-0 Chazy lead. And here comes Pelton, and I'm sure there'll be more coming off the
assist, number 5?
Number 5, it would have been Barrier. So Barrier gets the assist. And if we're at the 20-minute mark, you'll start seeing substitutions here by Coach McCullough.
Come on, guys!
They gave it to 16. So they changed it, and that would have been Hayden Gay.
Good.
Hayden Gay gets the assist. And here comes Rogers and Pelton. They're coming into the game here for the Eagles. Coming out is Gay, who just got the assist.
Good job.
And coming off is Hunter Domini.
Yeah, right here we have 2 sophomores going on, Pelton and Rogers. That was a good passing by Chazy. This is might be a little bit, could go for Mickey Fries early.
Well, it's they got him going over there, and you know, you come to the George Brendler Field. That is one of the treats of coming to the George Brendler Field.
Joe Southwick's been looking forward to it all week.
He's been talking about the Mickey Fries.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good.
So we're just hoping that Joe doesn't have a heart attack during the Northeastern game.
This is also the first of 3 games
Right.
here at the George Brendler Field, and today is October 29th, as Joey mentioned earlier, and we have another.
Yeah, PHS and Plattsburgh. Or PHS and Peru.
PHS and Peru, yeah. There's another
CCRS and Northeast.
And CCRS Northeastern are showing up, and
Eastern and Beatmantown.
the Eagles and the Beatmantown are showing up too here.
Yeah, okay, Joey.
Oh, you know, you make one little mistake and they just jump all over you.
It's so rare that you make a mistake that we have to.
Well, you know, we are talking about the Sports Authority of the North
I
Country.
know that. We know that.
Hometown cable.
That's right. That's why when you come in the room, we take our hats off and you walk in.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Because you usually arrive during the anthem.
That is true.
I was early today then.
Right.
Well, the only reason I knew Joe was here doing the legwork before he got here. You know, and I do. I get the glory, and Joe does all the dirty work. But then, when you give Joe the mic, you understand why he does the dirty work.
That part is true.
I hope that the viewers are like regular viewers and they understand our friendship.
Well, if they don't, who cares, right?
Yeah, who cares?
Wow.
Well, each game, to win another state championship, they got to win 6 games. This is the one of 6, and as you know, Joe, every game gets progressively tougher.
Yeah, that's how it works in the playoffs. Normally, it's how it works. I mean, you could have upsets and stuff. Things do happen. But right now, you know, the old proverbial. That was a nice ball right there from Reynolds. Trying to find Pelton. Pelton did a good job receiving that too. Great job.
Just there's so much talent out here.
Pelton works real hard. You know, he's a hard worker.
Hence why he's on the varsity.
Yeah, he's a sophomore on the varsity. He's big, strong, fast kid. Had a pretty good season so far for his first year on the varsity.
He's handled it well. You know what's been a joy seeing with this team, Joe, and we say this every year, from their opening game, which is always the toughest game with Plattsburgh, to how this team matures into their roles. and how much better they play today than they did 2 months ago?
Well, that's what you look for, you know. It looks right now, you know, McAuliffe, Coach McAuliffe is getting his playoff kids out there. You know, his defense set up, and he just tweaked it a little bit, putting Matt Gravel back here on the left side. Boy, Rogers has a ton of time.
Oh, nice cross.
Well, he's not happy with himself over on that far side. You know, he's got to get that ball on. That's like the second one. He's had quite a bit of time, and like you said, when the teams get tougher, you're not going to have that time and space to try to execute a decent service. And
You know, when they as this moves on, they'll play teams that are just as skilled as they are and fast.
It's hard to say that they're going to be more skilled. They're going to be
Just as skilled, I should probably say.
well, even that one is tough to quantify. I guess it's just Chazy has great skills.
Oh, that's a hard
what a shot! What a shot by
Nice
Gravel.
clear.
Great shot.
Ripped it.
That was a blistering shot. But
And Matt Gravel will go down in Chazy folklore as having scored one of the biggest goals in
well, yeah,
playoff history.
But how about you know, that same game when you had Santor making a great stop too. You know, I mean, it was, and then Reynolds making a good play and actually sustaining a concussion out of it.
Yes,
so
he did.
it's you know, there was a lot of good plays. That's why it's hard to. Everybody scores finish. You know, oh, what a good shot
over.
Good try by Reynolds. But you know, finishing is very hard. But you got to have the guys working with you, the whole team. It's a team concept, and you watch Chazy play, Nate.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
I mean, the what are the shots now, Joe? I think they're
Let's
You're watching, Red!
16 shots.
to 0.
Yes.
Move with them, Red!
And we have 15.
And they got
48.
Rabu into the game right now,
Yeah.
and he's got explosive speed.
Yeah, he does. He's a big, strong senior too. Nice to be able to bring him off the bench. He brings a physical presence, and he's also one of the high scorers in the MVAC also.
Yeah, well, you know, you look at this team, and there's not a bad player on the team. They're all skilled. They know the system.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. You know, with just as skilled. It's hard to have at the D level have a team as skilled as Chazy on a consistent basis. Normally, there's senior teams that you're playing deeper in the playoffs. And, you know, at the D level, it's
Come on, Red! Let me go with them!
you don't have a bigger pool, and you have usually big athletes, big strong seniors a lot. Chazy has a young team. They're
And
very
I know we
young.
talked about this, so this could be dangerous right here,
Oh, snide.
and goes high. But the players coming off the bench would probably start for any other team in the MVAC and probably some CVAC
Oh yeah,
teams.
without a doubt, you can see it. I mean, I watched other teams, and I know Mr. Pelt and Mr. Rogers. If they went to some of those schools, they would be out there in some capacity.
And there was nice work by Lauren.
They're deep, you know. They have a nice, relatively deep. Rogers has got to come around in that. He's got to hook it a little bit
He's
more.
getting
It's-
opportunity, so
yeah.
he's getting a chance to work on it.
That's like the third one, though. Mr. Rogers is going to watch himself on hometown cable, and he will like to have him back. I don't know. He's got to swivel his hips a little bit more around the ball, or get on the other side of it more. He's had a lot of time. Oh, nice.
play by
Good
Rabbit.
guy. Great play by
Yeah, he
Rabbit.
pushed it to the open space, and there's Pelton. He sends it across.
Nice service by Pelton, though, you know. Barrier tough coming through the middle. Number 5, Barrier is a good, solid junior, another captain of the team.
But you know, you talk about well coached. Chazy just one times it. They look for the open person. Every time they pass the ball or head it is with a purpose.
Well, that's what you try to do. I mean, I think any team tries to, but whether you do it successfully or not is another story.
Well, I don't know if they try that. I don't know. I would like question that. I mean, a lot of times people are just booting it to get it out.
But that's a gimme. So even the great teams do that. You have to take some pressure off. But
Well, if the situation calls for it, yes.
Even Wells here, you see them. Their purpose is to try to get the ball down the field. Try to get it to. Well, they have a different striker up here now.
Yep, they moved up number 35, Caleb Hayes, up into that position.
Well, still playing hard though.
Yeah, they are.
They're still playing hard. They're going to give them credit.
Yes, they are.
Dylan Roach!
And we have Zemkin getting ready to check back in here for Wells. Is there a deep bench on Wells?
Tell me you have the roster right there.
I didn't know if you're sitting down though. 2, 4, 6,
I
8,
see
10,
about 5
11,
kids.
5 kids, yeah, 35.
You said they're not a big D school, but then again, Chazy's not either. Chazy's not a big D school.
No, but we're the bigger in the area.
Oh yes,
We're the biggest in the area.
in this league, yeah, it is, and rather by quite a few students too. It seems like it's
Probably about a couple hundred, possibly.
total students, yeah.
Total students.
Talking high school.
Total high school, well, right from K through 12.
These teams field the old play the hand you're dealt. So, just, in all fairness, Chazy goes and plays against bigger schools during the course of the season. They don't back down from competition. So,
No, they don't. And nice play for Lauren to let up.
Cody Toohill for the Chazy Eagles, number 4, getting ready to check in for some playoff action.
And Levi Colson for Wells.
A lot of space. Look at the space Pelton has. Look at his good speed. Let's see what he can do with this here. You cut him up. Yeah.
Now he's going across it. He's going to serve it.
Nice service. Beautiful low service. Oh, wow. What a great save by DeJean for the Indians. And a great shot.
By Rabideau.
Good work here by Pelton, taking his space, going down, beating a defender. And a great, nice, quick service. He didn't loft it, he drilled it in. And a great shot, but an even better save by DeJean.
Nice shot, nice save. DeJean, without his efforts, it could be a lot worse right now.
Nice pass from Pelton right over here to find Rogers, number 22. See what Rogers can do. We'll get a corner kick out of it.
And will they go traditional or they go short?
You're just going to go. Well, it looks like number barrier's going over. It doesn't look like anybody's
Well, he always
staying,
goes over there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's staying.
And Rogers is being called off here, and it's
10:55 left here in the first half.
in a very dominating first half.
If you notice, when DeJean is clearing that ball out after a save or whatever, he's kicking the ball down the field, and there's only one red shirt down there. And there's an own goal. No, he saved it. There's only one red shirt down here, and he's kicking it into a sea of white. Watch right here. He's got one red shirt, and all these guys. He's better to kick it shorter and let his teamates dribble it up.
Roll it off to the side anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
The thing is, what he's got to do is let his team get set up. He's got to let his team go down. But let's face it, they're just not. They're not going down the field. Even when he gets the ball, like you said, he's kicking it quick. He's not waiting for his team to get set up. And then that becomes the issue, just kicking it right back to Chazy and let Chazy reload again. You have 4 defenders against one guy.
When he comes back, you got 4, you got 6, 7 Chazy guys back for one offensive player.
Yeah.
I like our chances.
yeah, look at all the guys, and you got 5 guys in the box, 6 of them in the box for the red team.
But we've discussed this before. It seems to be a strategy in Chazy, box it in, but you don't win games that way. Whether you lose 1-0 or 2-0.
The thing is, this is if you get spread out. I'm looking at what appears to be the capabilities of Wells, and if they start spreading that field, they are going to get totally fried. I mean, it's already 4-0, and
That's packing it in.
they would get totally fried if they start spreading their defense. I mean, Chazy's having all this space now. They're just having extreme respect from Wells for the capabilities of Chazy.
Then it's Toohill with the throw-in. He gets the barrier. Barrier goes back to him. Toohill keeps it in. Back over to barrier. And again, just seeing the whole field.
That's a nice ball.
There's a nice chip in. Lauren Sky, nice for that.
Nice service by good work
Barrier.
over there by Toohill and Barrier
Yeah.
on the far side. Great pass work. Great teamwork, getting the ball. Just
And Zach Hammond's checking in here for Wells. And it looks like Dylan Zemkin is coming off. There's an explosive speed of Rabideau, and he's got a wicked shot.
nice cross. Look at that cross right there.
Lauren, what a fade.
Beautiful job by Rabbit.
Rabideau worked it hard, and Lauren takes it right in. And worked hard for that one. Got down and dirty, and Mom will have a nice dirty uniform to clean tonight here, as he's got a little mud on there, Calvin.
He's taking part of George Brendler Field home with him.
yeah. Take
He'll probably
souvenir.
sift that out and put it in a container, and
Little souvenir.
Yeah.
Little souvenir.
like having part of Yankee Stadium, when the old Yankee Stadium,
Absolutely.
people were buying the dirt.
Well, we went to Fenway Park this in August, and Galen took a scoop out from the infield and brought it home with him. A little bit of Fenway Park.
Did they know that?
Oh, they were right there.
Oh,
Oh no, it was all up and up.
Okay.
Oh, security was right there. He just bent down and picked it up.
We have some changes here for the Eagles.
Joe's all about the game. Go ahead, Joe. I know you're
Looks like Ricky Osier, number 11, and Andrew Dupree, Jeff Botten checking in for the Eagles. Need some playoff action.
Absolutely. You gotta get these young men in because you never know as you progress, as we've said before, when you'll be called upon.
Yeah, and that's good. We'll see how these guys can do. Cole coming off the bench.
Is there a little bit of sun coming out, Joe?
See what I mean about them getting spread though. If they get spread too much, it's just gonna. That's Osier, just coming fresh in the game. But if they get spread too much, that was a great job by Osier coming back and getting that ball. By the way,
Now,
they get spread too much, you're just gonna totally get fried.
okay, now back to my question: is there a little bit of sun coming out?
Oh, there would have been some sunshine.
So Joe's ignored the question. So Calvin, I'll ask you.
The lights came on.
Is it the lights? I mean, you can tell he's a coach. He just can't let it go.
He's focused. He's tunnel.
Tunnel vision. I'm like, Joe, I'm speaking to you. Joe. Okay, we got a corner kick. All right. You know, it's a TV, Joe. They can see the action. We can talk about other things.
Yeah, but Chazy's making some nice plays.
Oh, my God, you're killing me. Barrier is taking a short kick with Tuhill. Oh, wow. They give Tuhill the line. He's walking right in there. This is dangerous. Could have been dangerous. It's cleared out.
We have some more young
Some
men.
wholesale changes.
So, yeah, we have some young men getting their first experience. We were talking about Mr. Giroux, 27, and Mr. Chazy, number 2, coming up in the junior varsity, getting some time on the field here.
You know,
Number 14, Alex Sweet. And also Craig Botten.
We don't care about that guy.
Another good sophomore. That's a great ball right there by Barrier. That's a great ball.
You know, as far as Giroux and Chazy, yeah, I know how they feel. I know when Coach brought up Galen, who's now an assistant with him as a sophomore at the end of the season, it meant a lot to him. So I know how these young men are feeling.
Hard workers.
Yes.
Hard workers. Every one of them deserve to be up here, and it's good to see that they're going to get a little action. We have about a little bit less than 6:30 left here in the first half. Chazy is now up 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we're going to go about 5 here.
5. I thought you might need a calculator there, Joe, the way you were counting.
Who knows? There's been some great goals here by McCarthy.
Well, McCarthy, Lauren,
Great combination, working very well together.
and what is it? Lauren 2 and McCarthy 3.
Yeah, it's we'll count it up here at the. We'll count it up at the half, but McCarthy's,
go.
like I said, McCarthy's already has 3 goals. Lauren has 2, and Lauren also has a couple of assists to McCarthy. With Barrier getting an assist, Rabideau getting an assist, and Hayden Gay getting an assist.
So you got Giroux going to the right fullback, and you have midfield is Chazy.
Good job. Where did he put Mr. Botten? Oh, Mr.
Botten
Botten
goes
is going to
to
be
the
a sweeper.
So we got the Botten brothers out in the defensive end.
Good. That's I'll tell you what, Craig Botten's another nice player to coach. Good move right here by Andrew Rabideau. Nice. Wow.
He's a hard worker down
Just
there.
too many touches. Look at Sweet.
Sweet's going to send it.
Oh, that's a nice one by Sweet.
Oh, headed by Osher. And nice feed by Sweet.
Beautiful feed by Sweet.
And you have Choykowski checking in.
Tchaikovsky?
Choykowski,
Is that how we would say that? Where is it, Joey? What number?
number 11. Choykowski.
Sure. That'll work.
It works for me.
Nice move right here.
All I know
Sweet,
is we
yeah.
better not say Wheatland Chili if they ever make it back in the Final Four.
I did see them though, and
Wheatland Shalai.
I saw them in the rankings of the state a while ago.
Are they ranked again? Well, you got the paper there.
No, I don't have today's paper, unfortunately.
Oh, that wasn't today's you're going off of?
No.
Because the state rankings were in the paper today.
Yeah, this is a couple of days ago. I was going off. They had the scores and the the league standings, the final league standings for all the sports.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple of days ago. They've done a good job of that this year. Nice job by Rogers. That's a smart play.
Just smart.
Just spread them out. Spread them out.
And Botten to Botten. I wonder if they get along this well at home.
Probably most of the time. Not like the Mowry brothers, huh?
There's
that's
a nice feed. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh, Chazy had an opportunity.
yes.
Would that have been nice if he could have nailed that?
You know, I have to chastise Chazy on that
He had
one.
to step
because,
over the ball.
Mr. Chazy, that's your first varsity shot, and how many times have you kicked it over the net when we were playing when we were young? So, it was a good shot, good try. Nice work by Sweet. Another nice service by Sweet. He could easily have 2 assists right now, being in the game with a short time. He should have 2 assists. But that's the way it goes. Chazy had a lot of time. Been nice to see him get a goal.
And it's Brent Giroux, and him and Chazy will be big mainstays on this varsity in the next couple of years.
Yeah, they will. Smart players, very, very intelligent players.
Well, there was a reason why they were moved up.
Yeah, they deserve it. Nice young man to coach.
And we have how much time left, Joe?
2 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the first half.
Still, it's 5, right?
Still 5. You know what I'm going to do, gentlemen? I'm going to cut out early and go over to the shop. You guys want anything over there?
You're leaving off now? No, I'm good.
Oh, no.
Here's Joe's stats. Jump on that. Check them around too.
All right, well, we're losing Joe. Well, maybe not. And it is Toohill finds the back of the net, and now it's 6-0.
Ryan!
Good job.
Ryan, good work!
And Calvin, we've lost Joe. He's headed to the Mickey Fry booth. And
Nothing wrong with that.
oh no, you got to support the money goes to a good cause. It goes to the athletic association. And here's some offensive firepower here for Wells in the offensive mode. And Botten clears it up. Sweet trying to get some space. And Botten sends it toward midfield, and it's OSHA there. And it gets by, and it's picked up by Rabu. Rabu does have explosive speed. And he tried to get through. Nice defensive play by number 6, Hammond. And the ball is at midfield, and it's Giroux. Chips it up to Toohill on the far sideline. And Toohill controls, pushes it back over to Giroux. And it's knocked away and picked up by number 35, Hayes. And here come the Wells Indians. And it's number 8, Roshi, trying to get a shot off here. And Santor's there. A nice hustle by Giroux from the back. We got 1:31 to go. And Calvin, the shots on net are 24-0 right now.
Last night in the girls' game, there was 0 shots for the opponents.
The girls, Chazy girls. Yeah, it was 36-0, I think, in that game. And last night they were playing without Austri Kempinen, who was out for the game. And they still dominated.
So who got the assist in that last goal there?
The last goal would have been by Nolan Rogers. He gets the assist, and it is a 6-0 Chazy lead. And they're still putting the pressure on here with less than a minute to go here in the first half. And there's a cross by Toohill outside the box. Sweet looking to get the shot off. And, shot and headed by Osher and off the hands of the goalie DeJong. So 35 seconds. Chazy will get the corner kick off here. And who knows, they may add another one to the scoreboard before the first half ends. And it's a short kick. It's Osher working his way down the sideline, sends it across, and Rogers sends it back over to Botten. Botten chips it forward to Sweet, less than 10 to go. Sweet sends it up, and Osher tried to get a shot off. And Toohill rips it, and the first half comes to an end, and a total dominating performance. Chazy leads the Wells Indians 6-0.
Brian Norcross took a heck of a time here to decide to mow the lawn. At least this time they're not playing My Tractor's Sexy, though.
Remember that last year?
Yeah.
We're ready to start the second half here at the George Brendler Field. It is playoff action. The winner of this game moves on to the quarterfinals, and if it goes true to form, at least as far as the seedings go, Chazy would be playing their big rivalry in the MVAC. It would be the E-Town Lions in the semifinals here at the George Brendler Field. And Chazy's up 6-0, and Coach McAuliffe has the starters out, and he does that every game. He puts the starters out to start the second half, and I'm sure he'll bring the second group in about 10 or 15 minutes. And there was a takedown on the Wells Indians at number 7, Stephen Raymond. And he is one of their scoring threats. He's the only player up in the offensive zone that first half, for most of the first half. And you know what? I think Joe has nestled himself into the Mickey Fry tent, and we may not see him for a while. And here come the Eagles again. And he didn't call it because we have the advantage. And McCarthy looking, there's a rip, and it goes right off the defense. It's no corner. And Wells dodges the bullet. And there's a head, and it goes. He's calling a goal kick, and you hear Coach McAuliffe, he's just letting it go. It did go off the the defense, but with a 6-0 lead, it's not worth getting too worked up over.
He was ready to, then he realized, he looked at the scoreboard and said, wait a minute, what am I doing?
Yeah, we outshot him 25-0 here. So he'll give some 15-20 minute work to his starters, and you could say, well, they shouldn't be out there, but he's got to work them because they got to be game ready for the next one.
Yeah. And the next one hasn't been played yet.
No.
They haven't won that next one yet.
No, exactly. I know it's not over till the fat lady sings, but I think she warmed up about 10 minutes in the first half, and I think it's pretty clear that they're going to make it to the semifinal game.
I hear her going me over there. So.
She's being led by Frank Langer, the music teacher here in Chazy. And speaking of music, we had a beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner before the game by Chazy's own Megan McDonald, and she did a very nice job with that, Cal.
Yes, she did.
Oh, this is dangerous. And Tregan gets there. It almost looked like number 25 Brennan was running away from the ball. And it's Dominy trying to move up up the field here, and he gets by one player. And now he sends it across. Snide loses it. And Gay getting it back to Snide. Snide will unload. And he goes up and over. And it'll be a goal kick here for the Indians.
We're on a Joe look there.
We're on a Joe search.
I saw him coming from the Hamburg booth over to the Mickey Fry booth.
I thought he might have made a run to his mother to give her some of the refreshments here. And he's not over there.
His mother had a full car.
Nope. And the players very much appreciate Mrs. Poissant. The Johnsburg game, the MVAC finals, she made a big batch of the famous Mrs. Poissant chocolate chip cookies, and she sent them down. And we have the enviable position of making sure they got there safely.
So half of them made it there?
No, I did not touch any of them. As tempting as that was, we made sure the players got to them after their MVAC championship. And there's a low shot and nice save. I was told it was like 25 straight MVAC championships. That seems. I heard that, and I have not folled up on that.
I think I've seen Chazy lose a few to E-Town over the years. In the
in the MVAC game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I heard that. That seemed like too far-fetched, but now remember, it's not the playoffs. It's the MVAC.
Right. Yeah, the final. Yeah, MVAC final. Yeah. I just had a donation from a fellow in Keene.
Oh, nice.
I think it was 1998 MVAC finals and down at Westport. And the weather wasn't too bad, so I went down and recorded it. And I started taping it just as they were finishing the Southern Division All-Stars, because I wasn't particularly interested in hearing the Southern Division All-Stars. But as you hit the button to play it on the internet, the first thing you hear is this fellow's son's name being announced as the MVP. So I said, what a find when he found that on the internet. You know, can you imagine?
And he just sent you the check?
Yeah, well, through the PayPal, yeah.
Right. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
But that was the reason why he did it?
yeah,
No kidding.
yeah. Well, you can imagine that. You're searching the internet, and all of
Here,
a sudden,
12 years ago.
yeah,
And,
there was your son's name being announced as the MVP, and his son was playing for Keene as the goalie against Chazy in the MVAC final. So,
But, you know, I think as it gets more and more known off the internet, that will increase your exposure, obviously. And hopefully that will help you. And I guess while we're talking about it, Hometown Cable is viewer-funded, business-funded. And I know for myself, I've advertised, whether it's Kavanaugh Realty or Northern Blacktop, and for what, 20 years, Calvin?
oh yeah,
I mean, we've been with you basically from day one.
right.
And there's a lot of businesses on there, but there's a lot more that could be on there, and it is a wonderful exposure. I hear about it all the time. People say, oh, we saw you on there. There's another McCarthy. What? Is that a goal? They count it. Header by McCarthy, but it looks like he twisted his ankle or something.
He could have flipped when he landed.
So we're going to get this down here. 3-5? And that was McCarthy with the goal, and the assist goes to Barrier. And that's at the 34:09 mark here left in the second half, and Chazy increases that lead to 7-0, and Barrier takes a shot wide. And as I was saying, Hometown Cable is viewer funded. And if you're enjoying this program, whether you see it on the Access Channel or you see it on the internet at hometowncablenetwork.com,
Yep.
or Plattsburgh.com, you can make a donation through PayPal,
Yep.
and that'd be very much appreciated. I do this just because I enjoy doing it. I do not get paid for this. And it's just something we like to do for Calvin and Hometown Cable, just the way, basically to thank him for the 20-plus years of memories he has done here for the North Country. And we've said this before, we have I don't know what you want to call it, a bushel full of hometown memories of everything that you taped from the 80s till the present. And let's show our appreciation by keeping them on the air and making a donation. And oh, there's another post. And Calvin, we've seen probably about 3 posts this game too.
Yeah.
And Lauren rips it. Oh, another post. I think Lauren's got 2 or 3 himself. And there's another one. So he's got a hat trick for a post. And McCarthy just drilled one in there. Their coach is laughing. I mean, what do you say? I mean, that's just, what do you say, Calvin?
It's like one of those old cowboy movies when the bullets just kept flying at the guy in the rocks. It's the same thing there. He just one shot after another.
I think we have to give Lauren an assist just from taking it off the post. At the 32:25 mark, it was McCarthy again. I got to give Lauren he came off the post. I'm going to give it to Lauren. As it's 8-0, and very shortly, Coach McAuliffe will be making some wholesale changes here. And the nice play by Dominic. Just, I mean, how do you stop that? And I guess you don't.
No. You have to hope it's kicked right in your belly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know. We've witnessed like 5 or 6 goal posts here in the game, and it's an 8-0 lead with 31 shots. The most shots I saw in the game were the girls last year in the MVAC against Indian Long Lake, where they outshot them like 50-2 or something. And this has the potential to be the same thing.
Yeah, I hope they don't keep records for that.
No. But they're going to do another short kick, and here comes Domini and Barrier. Back over to Barrier. Gives it up over to, and they moved up Reynolds. And there's another goal post. And that was from Snide. And I would say for DeJong, the goalpost has been his friend today.
Yes. Yeah, he deflected that one, but the post helped.
Well, it helped. And well, I see a Joe alert. He's back in front of the booth again, so he's going for round number 2. It looks like. Trying to push it back out, and the Wells defense now taking it up is Raymond. We have 30-25 to go here. Chazy in a very strong position to win this game with an 8-0 lead, and they'll move on to the semifinals here. It will be official in about 30-something minutes. We do have a game after this. The Hornets of Plattsburgh High School, I guess they're playing Peru, which scored an upset beating Saranac this year in the playoffs.
That's why they play him.
That's why you play them. Saranac had beaten Peru twice this year. And Saranac got him in the playoffs, and any coach will tell you it's tough to beat somebody 3 times in 1 year.
If you're close in talent, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. We have, and Zemkin and Tomlinson just checked in for the Indians of Wells, and it's Lauren with the ball just outside the box, and it's going to be cleared out by Hayes, but Hayes has it taken away by Snide over to Lauren. Lauren outside the box will get a shot off, and it goes wide left, and it's a goal kick. And the Chazy boys aren't content. They want another corner on that one.
Yeah, greedy.
Yeah.
Wait, he's making a break.
Wait. He's coming back. He's got, I think, a hot cup of probably chocolate is my guess. Hot chocolate. And we're going to miss his tunnel vision. I mean, we like seeing him back up here. We try to, there's another shot just wide over the net, or high over the net. We like to expand into other areas as we're taping these games, and Joe just wants to talk the game.
Yeah, he thinks the game is the most important thing going on this field.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things going on. Like right now, the flag is whipping pretty good, so it's pretty windy here. The crowd has increased. Of course, we have the Peru team here, so you'll be seeing the fans for Peru and Plattsburgh High showing up here relatively soon.
Both of them.
Both sides, that's correct. Both fans. Well, Plattsburgh brings a good contingent with them wherever they go. But when you have a winning program, that has a tendency to happen.
Yeah.
And you talk about Plattsburgh. Their first year in soccer was my senior year back in 1978-79 season. Well, 78, I graduated in 79. And that was their first year in the league. And, of course, they were the doormat of the league, being their first year playing soccer. And they've come a long way in the last 32 years.
Well, it's...
a lot of things have happened in the last 32 years, Calvin.
They have a football program, and, Northeastern has had some success, but when you get down to it, Northeastern should be the #1 team every year because they're pretty much the only B school without a football program.
Right.
So we should do well, and they don't get as many as probably players as they. Some kids would probably would not play soccer even if there were no football at Plattsburgh. So you don't necessarily lose athletes because of it.
They got a big game tonight against Beatmantown.
Northeastern
does, yes. Yeah. I wonder if I should lock the door. I think I hear Joe coming up here.
Oh, you take it personal.
He would take it personal. Yeah. Okay. And okay. Yeah, we are blessed. He has finally made it back. Joe Boyce. We thought his feelings were hurt in the first half. We picked on him a little bit, but he's got his hot chocolate. And I'm going to give him his score pad back here. And I had to do double duty while Joe was gone. And he doesn't look too offended by it as he sips his hot chocolate here as we're freezing up here, but that's okay.
Fine hot chocolate over at the little hamburger stand.
About 6 cups of it.
Yeah, it was a 5-minute half, and he's come back with 26 minutes left here in the game. Yeah.
Left early so he could come back late.
Yeah. I ran into some people I haven't seen in a while. Chipper Hobson, old Chazy alumni, is over there. So.
Well, Chipper was here because of the
wedding this weekend. There's a wedding. Dan Ryan's getting married, so people's in town, and it's good to see Chipper.
Well, tomorrow Dan Ryan gets married, and Joe, it was 25 years ago, 6 months and 10 days, that little Danny Ryan was our ring bearer.
Wow.
Yeah. Time goes by, buddy.
It's beautiful.
It's a touching moment. You get it out here on hometown cable.
Look at this move.
Are you going to be his ring bearer?
Oh my God. Lauren will get the goal. It's an own goal, I guess, but he'll get the credit for it. Joe, you want to mark that down? Can you finally do something here the second half?
Try maybe not to.
25-42. So McCarthy's got, what, 4 or 5 goals. Lauren's got 4 goals.
24 unassisted.
Yeah, 24. Well, we got 9 goals. So it's 4, 4, and 1.
2, 3, 4, 5. 5 goals for McCarthy.
Oh, 3 for Lauren.
3 for Lauren. A couple assists for Lauren. 3 assists for Lauren. 3 goals. So
Yeah.
you're spreading it pretty.
So they're padding their points here. And yet the players are all getting their gear off here on the bench for Chazy with the 25-minute mark. And it's kind of what I figured Coach would do, is put him in for about 15 minutes, give him some more work, and then let the second.
You got to keep your first team sharp. You know,
you do.
And that's they don't play again until I think you said Wednesday.
I think it's Wednesday next week.
So if nature takes its course, it'll probably be against Elizabethtown. So we've had good success against Elizabethtown this year.
We have literally everybody coming off the field for Chazy, and a whole new group coming in. Well, Santor's still in that, but you want to keep him fresh and ready out there, because you never know when he'll get his first shot of the game.
Yeah. He did score the other day.
He did,
Weeks ago, yeah.
He did come out and score. And I think it's safe to say these 10 coming off the field can put their warm-ups on. They're done.
It's very possible. Brandon Lauren worked extremely hard today.
Lauren had 3 goals and 7 posts today, so he had a workman-like effort down there.
That's never been done.
He just said it's never been done. He has more posts than he has goals.
He bounced those 2 in a row right now.
Oh my!
That was probably the only reaction out of the fans the whole second half, because it's been rather mundane. It's just one goal after the other with a 9-0 lead.
So are you going to be around for the next game?
Actually, no.
That was a shot.
You had a shot? We call that a shot?
I think so.
That is a shot.
All right,
It's a shot.
Okay.
Pumps them up. It's good. They're happy they got a shot. You know, why not?
Nice.
They're still pressing there. You know what? I gotta like them. They're playing hard. Their defense isn't moving up very quickly to take away a lot of space, but ooh, another shot.
Another one.
There. Hey, why not?
3, James
not,
Hoffman likes that down there for Wells.
Why not? Yeah.
He wants to get in there.
Yeah,
Yes, he
he
does.
wants to get in. He wants some of that action. Well, it's good they got something to cheer about.
Hey, why not? It's good.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of cheering for him myself.
Yeah, really.
Good for him.
And
Nice pass right here to Pelton. Pelton's working there on the right side this time. Nice service to Pelton. Ricky Ozier with the shot top of the box, going to the far side to Toohill. Toohill goes back to Sweet. Sweet tries to service with the left foot and goes out of bounds.
she goes out. So, Joe, you can't do play-by-play next game?
No, I have to run some young men home.
All right.
It's,
Well, Joe
I will
or
be
Calvin.
back.
Calvin may have to do solo, but we'll be back for the 7 o'clock game.
I will. I'll try to make it back and to do some of the game.
Well, whether
I
Joe's
do
here
wanna-
or not, we'll
I
be
wanna
up here
see
with
I
them.
want to see PHS play. They're a pleasure to watch also.
They
And
are.
Tommy Harrigan's Peru Indians.
Oh, yeah,
so,
he's a former alumni
yeah,
of
so
Northeastern
it's,
Clinton.
you know, I'd like to know both coaches. Both coaches are gentlemen and very good coaches. So I wish them both the best of luck.
The
Good wicked shot by Rabideau.
Rabideau.
Dijon did a good job, almost like a goalkeeper for a hockey kind of save.
We'll be back if Joe Southwick is here for the Northeastern game.
Yes.
We'll give him the golden mic here. We'll let
Oh,
him,
sure. Joe,
We'll just play backdrop to him.
I like listening to Joe. Joe's good.
Joe is the voice of the Cougars, Calvin.
That's right.
Does a good job.
And there's a shot by Dupree. But we'll just be up here to add some little color for him.
Yeah, until they kick us out. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
are we invited or uninvited guests, Calvin? How's that work?
Bring food.
Well, I guess we're invited.
No
All right.
problem.
All right.
And that's not to feed the homeless or the hungry, right? That's like hamburgers and Mickey fries for you guys, no cans.
No, yeah, it's strictly, no, well, you can bring the canned stuff too. I think that's a worthy cause.
They should, you know.
But yeah, we do want the burgers, the Mickey fries too, yeah. Come on, Joe. This snack shop here is coming to an end here relatively soon.
Probably only,
Another
a
week?
few more times, yeah.
Well, I mean, as far as the boys and girls, they got one more game on this field. If the girls definitely do, the boys, it looks like they will.
Well, the championship for the Class Bs are here on this field next Friday evening.
Yes.
I believe starting at 5 and
Another one at 7,
so
I think.
we'll see who's going to be showing up.
And Norcross is doing a nice job on that goalie position down there,
Yes, he
rolling
did,
it
actually.
and dropping some.
Yeah, Mr. Norcross did a good job, and it's kind of nice. It's getting a little solidified here, but not much action down at the Chazy end for this half. So
There you go, Andy.
that'll be a good thing because we do have a game right after this with the Hornets of PHS and the Indians of Peru.
Yeah, and the Northeastern Beatmantown will be an interesting game.
You know, that's
an interesting.
I want to
matchup.
see that. I want to see that game. Look at Pelton
Look
doing
at
good
that.
work. Oh, good work by Pelton. Oh, sure, trying to take it. And Rogers on top of the box. Let's go with a blast. It goes wide, but a good job to keep it low. It didn't go over the top of the net.
Well, we're pretty much halfway through here, the second half, and it's a 36 shots to 2 favor for Chazy. 11-0 corners favor Chazy, and probably more importantly, the scoreboard 9-0 favors Chazy.
Like these two working together here, Rogers and Toohill doing a decent job.
Over to Pelton.
Pelton, nice service by Pelton. Good try.
And a lot of these boys out here were your boys at one time, I think, coaching, right? At some level?
Every one of them, yeah, they've come up. Osher's not. Osher, I think
He's
the only
an
one.
athlete. He wasn't
Yeah,
really
he's
a
a great
soccer
athlete.
player.
Well, he's a transfer. He
Could
transferred
you
from
could you
Ticonderoga.
imagine if he'd taken up soccer young?
Oh, that would have been sweet.
Oh yeah.
The speed that young
He's got
man
nice speed.
has,
He's got
yes, he
nice
does.
skill for a
And
guy that's
he's
never
very,
really played
very
soccer.
coachable. That's a nice service by
Yep.
Pelton. So,
Rabidou tried to,
Toohill trying to one-time it, and
and it is
De
Jong.
Jong. That's a Dutch name, De Jong, I believe that is.
I thought you'd have that down pat.
Yeah, I do. It's
I mean,
Dutch.
is it Dutch?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, no, you believe so. Do
Yeah.
you know so?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Dutch.
Then you say you know it.
It's Dutch.
Give a
Dutch
firm
name.
answer, Joe.
It was a
Be decisive. Be decisive like the polls will be on November 2nd.
Even if you're
Yes.
wrong.
Always.
If you're official. Even if you're
Toohill letting go of the blast on top of the box, and another one that goes
I thought
wide.
he picked it.
Yeah, he came close. Good footwork, good passing still by the Eagles. This is, the reserves are doing well also. They got a little pressure put on them by the Indians of Wells for a couple of minutes, and Wells actually got away with, they were awarding him 2 shots.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and here's the thing. As we've said before, this group practices with the first group.
Yeah.
So they have the system down, obviously.
Good group of young men. Wells out there, you know what? They're just having a good time.
Yeah, they are.
I gotta
I
give
got
them
to admit,
that.
their coach has good attitude out there.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean,
they
he knew what he was coming into.
yeah. And it's good to see that. It's just, we're having a good time, and
He's not taking it serious, He's
No.
having fun with the boys.
yeah, it's good to see. They have fun. Why not? Osher over to the top of the box with Rogers. Rogers,
That
let's
would
go
be
with
a
a
corner.
shot. It should be a corner. Are they going to award him one? With a 9-0 lead with the Chazy Eagles here. This is quarterfinal actions.
Quarterfinal action.
Quarterfinals.
The Wells had to play a play-in game to get here.
Oh, see that nice receive by Pelton to knock that ball down and keep control of it. Yeah, that's a good sophomore. Then he's not happy with himself after the second half of the play, but that comes with more experience and time spent with the ball. He's a nice they're good young men, these guys. I see Mr. Drew's uniform out there is still white here on the defense for the Eagles.
Mr. Clean.
So his mom will be happy unless it gets some action. But he has a nice, clean uniform on.
Well, he
Brett
could
Drew.
slip. It's just a matter of time.
Another good kid.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The only fault with Brett Drew is he's a Boston Bruins fan, but everything else is great.
Now, is the whole family
good shot.
Bruins, or do they have
Wow.
any Canadians in that family?
I don't believe there's any Canadians now.
No.
Craig wouldn't let him in the house. They're fun to pick on, give each other the business on a regular basis about hockey. It's fun. He's actually one of the high school players. Plays for Beekmantown from Chazy. They let us do that. Nice receive by Rabideau. Good work by Rabideau. Rabideau gets stopped. Oh, sure. Let's go with a shot.
Can you skate?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
You ever play
Backwards.
hockey?
No, I never played hockey. No.
No.
I used to not be able to skate when I was young, but then I learned how when I was older, and a lot of fun. I wish I would have played.
Yeah, it's.
The guys that can actually really skate though are good.
Well,
dude.
they started like at 2.
Drew hustling back. Nice job by Drew just to.
A nice hustle by Raymond. They're down 9-0. He's giving it all out there.
You know what? They're playing hard, and that's
Right. You can't.
good.
Great.
No. They're trying. You know, they're tired and wet and cold, and they're not totally demoralized. Though I got to say, they're not just letting them go through.
No.
Oh, Nelson's got to go to the ball. Oh, got it back.
It worked.
Look at the speed on Pelton. Nice service right here. Oh,
Oh.
should have been another goal. Gee. Sweet should have had a couple of assists himself. Let's see if he can pull in here.
Sweet. And
Wow,
Sweet
good shot.
drilled it. Sweet made it look sweet.
No, but in the first half when Sweet was out there, he should have had 3 assists. And it was,
15-34.
good work. Trying to see him pick up a goal. Alex Sweet, good hard work. He wasn't looking to pass at that time.
They're running. Telling us who the assists are anymore. Even the officials are tired.
Good work by Sweet.
They're switching the keepers right now.
Yeah. 10-0. Chazy lead.
Any assists, sir? Was there an assist? No, was there an assist?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Guys, over the ball.
Okay.
Ready?
Good work.
Alex. Unassisted, they call it. Alex Sweet. And that would make it number 10, I think, Joe.
Yes, it is. Interesting. See what Coach McCullough putting Chazy, the young sophomore, over. That's a good ball right there, actually.
He tried, yeah.
It's all right. He'll get his touch.
Oh, yeah.
Putting the young sophomore out there in the middle of the field. Finish this game up here with just about a little less than 15 minutes.
And you know the 5 o'clock game is not going to start at 5.
What time is it right now, Joey?
They're going to have about a 20-minute warm-up at least.
Well, Coach McCullough offered the other field for the players from the other teams, Peru and PHS, to warm up. So they're over on the far field warming up before this game. So they're not going to probably need that full
20?
Full 20. But
well, I see a lot of Peru players over. They don't look like they're working too hard warming up.
well, I see that. That's up to them, I guess. But if I was them, I would take advantage of a field offered to me.
Well, it was 4:23 to answer your question, so this game will get done about 20 of.
You should maybe just let the time run and don't stop it when goals are scored. You can save an extra 10 minutes or things are going.
And what you saw for a roster, how many seniors does Wells have?
I do not know. I did not take a look at their roster, actually.
And there is
Chazy,
yeah.
the ball over Sweet.
Yep.
Oh, just too much.
And Zemkin and Roche are checking in for Wells. And this game is winding down, Joe. How much left?
Phew.
Well.
We got 13 long minutes if you're a Wells fan or a player.
And
It'd be interesting to just watching these young guys out here playing. See how they do. That's a nice service by Tuhal this near side. Rogers doing a good job hustling on top of the box. Doing a good job controlling that midfield actually for sophomore. Rogers handling himself well. Just seems just a little bit more consistent on his kicks.
Well, you guys have probably both been down to Wells. How far a drive is it time-wise?
oh, about almost 2 hours.
So, You guys will be getting home kind of late. It'll be dark out.
Oh, it will be dark. There's no doubt about it. Chazy and Drew have done a nice job being moved up from the JVs. They're playing their positions very well out there.
Sure. It's Chazy's played in the middle of the field this year on the junior varsity team. He did a great job. Like I said, he's a smart player. Very, very smart. Knows what to do. Coach Jake Spiegel did a great job with the junior varsity kids this year. I was fortunate enough to assist them.
Oh, nice play by Tuhill.
Oh. But Jake Spiegel did a great job with the JV boys this year. Taught them a lot and taught me a lot. It's good to have these kids. They don't get coaching like that at the JV level usually around here. It makes it nice.
Well, it makes for a nice feeder program when you get them ready for the varsity.
Oh yeah.
Here come the Hornets now. I'd love to see the Hornets play the Eagles now. That'd be an interesting
It
game.
would be a good game. It was a good game the first one.
It was, but the advantage was definitely PHS.
Oh, no doubt. They were the better team that day. PHS they're undefeated. I mean, they played well. I talked to Coach LaRose just for a second before at halftime, and he said they've had 2 goals scored on them all year,
their only blemish was Beatmantown here at the Frankie Garrow Memorial,
Yeah.
which was a tie.
Northeastern's played them tough a couple of times.
Sweet goes low
I
again.
think Northeastern took them into overtime.
The first time, did it?
Northeastern has a young team. Yeah, they could do something if they
Well, they had
weaken
an
here at the right
impressive win
moment.
in their first match to get into the semifinal game. They won like 5-0, I think.
Yeah, I saw Sable. Sable is a.
That was a trick
They're
play.
having fun,
Oh yeah.
They're having fun. Let's. Hey,
The coaching staff down there for the Eagles are laughing.
why not? Yeah. Might as well have a good time. At least they're still playing hard, though.
They are.
That's good. Nice ball by Drew.
Right idea by Rabideau, just a little too far ahead of Tuhill.
Good pass by Drew. Though. Just step up, a little touch. It was a nice ball. Drew's getting some good experience out here. With just a little less than 10 minutes left. Hey,
What are they chanting?
I have no idea.
They're having fun.
Why not?
Oh yeah.
They have,
If they're seniors, they know their
yeah,
career's got 9 minutes and 40 seconds left.
yeah, that's it. Good to see them work hard, though. They're working hard still. Good. You know what I noticed too? There hasn't been any
There's no chippiness.
extracurricular. It's been
No.
straight up.
I give a lot of credit to the Wells players.
because you get down like this. Sometimes you get frustrated, and
Yep.
some teams when they're down 10-0, they just don't like to play their role.
Right.
Nice work right here by Rabbit on top of the box. Still with the ball. Let's go with the shot. Just wide.
Yeah. Ripped it hard.
That's the 40th shot, Joey, if you're keeping any kind of tally here with
Well,
just a little less than 9 minutes left.
Well, if you'd have been here when we started the second half, but of course you were gracing the fans on the other side, Calvin and I talked about that. The girls last year in the MVAC against Indian Long Lake had 50 shots on net. So we didn't know if they would at least match that.
Well, they might. They're going to come close here this afternoon. We'll see. It's a lot of shots.
Will they call that a shot?
We'll find out.
No, see, to me that was a shot.
He did put that on goal, so
Yeah.
maybe the scorekeeper's finger's getting sore.
Could be. He had a callus on it.
It's possible. Blister.
Blister. Yeah.
You don't get calluses, do you, Joey?
Joe, you don't,
You know,
want, to pull, you don't want me to pull these gloves off. It's an ugly sight.
Good work right here by Rabbit on top of the box. Oh, let's go with the
He
shot.
gets the shot off.
DeJong comes up with the ball. We have Nelson Pelton, the sophomore for the Eagles, ready to check in.
Pelton's ready to check in.
McCullough spreading the time around. Sweet having a good game on that far side.
Yeah, he is. He's been dominating over there.
Oh, a little too much.
Yeah, well,
We talk nice about Alex, and that's what he does to us.
Yeah, well,
Okay, we won't talk
it's almost
nice.
like the Sports Illustrated curse.
We won't talk nice anymore.
Oh, you still talk nice.
It's not when he has the ball, right?
And we have Pelton going in.
And Cody Toohill, number 4 for the Eagles, coming off. Had another good game by Toohill. That was a nice little flick right there by Rabbit over to the corner to Pelton. Pelton has a lot of time. He looks like he's going to cut up the defense, and he does. Pretty much.
Nice move. Pelton wants a goal
Yes,
bad.
he does. He's a little too much, too many touches. Pelton does have some good footwork with speed. Rogers spread the field. Good job. Good job by Rogers.
And you know, this domination right now is with the second group for Chazy out there.
Yeah, well, you got to figure Wells is tired. And listen, it's 10-0 there.
Yeah.
You know, let's have a gentleman's agreement just to play this one out. Imagine you know what? Like you mentioned, they're having fun out there too. They're having a good time. Why not?
Sure. Absolutely.
So. look at him. He's having a good time. Why not? Nice ball right there from Drew to Pelton. Sophomore to sophomore. Pelton trying to bring it inside, and great job by number 7. Who's number 7, Joey? If you're texting
For who?
while you're doing a
For
game,
them?
and you're texting and
Well,
stuff.
that's Raymond. How many times I got to call his name today?
Then not enough.
Well, if you were paying attention and were here, you'd know that.
It wasn't.
And yes,
13 corner kicks for the Eagles.
I'm just tweeting right now. No, I'm
There's
just
a
kidding.
lot. It is a lot of corner kicks. 13 corner kicks.
In a game? Are you kidding me? That's a lot. Oh, 5:40 to go.
Well, Joey, let's make a prediction. Chazy's going to win this game.
Well, Joe has. Boy, I tell you, I can't believe it, Calvin. He's
Ooh.
pulling out all the stops with 5:22. He's picking a winner right now.
How about a butternut squash?
Wow. Yeah. Can we have a whole harvest of them here for this one?
Well, let's say, we have McCarthy with 4 goals. 4, 5. 1,
5, I think.
2, 3, 4, 5 goals with McCarthy. Lauren. Lauren getting in on quite a few goals. Lauren has a couple of assists and
3 goals to assist.
3 goals for himself.
7 poles.
Actually, he has 3 assists and 3 goals.
And how many poles? Like 5?
15, yeah. Anyway, you remember those. Somebody yelled out on the far side when I was over there when Brandon pounded those 2 off the crossbar that his sister would have got that.
Do you think there's any going back and forth in that household?
I'm sure we were giving him the business pretty good. He takes it. He's fun.
Oh yeah,
Good kid.
He takes it pretty
He
good.
does. He gives it to. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good kid. He is sweet. Look at the time he has. Oh. Well,
Vegas had the over/under at 14 goals in the game. So
good move by Pelton. Good defense. And who's number 8, Joey?
number 8 would be Roche.
O'Shea doing a good job defending. I said,
It was Roche, now it's Roche.
I got Roche. Yeah.
Pretty soon to be Benoit.
Oh yeah, Benoit will be coming out on the field there. I'm surprised you won't be here to call that one, Joe.
I'm going to.
Oh, you're gonna call it?
Sure, it'll be a great game.
I thought you said you had to leave.
I do, but I can come back and
Oh, you can come back and help Calvin? All right.
because
All right.
it's that's a game I want to see.
A nice play by Botton. Doesn't get rattled.
Nah, he's Mr. Smooth. Very similar style to Reynolds. Just nice pass too. Beautiful pass.
Did his job. Well, we're approaching the 3-minute mark, Joe, and
We picked the butternut squash award winner.
who'd you pick?
Wow, McCarthy. I got to give it to McCarthy this evening. He scored the first 3 goals.
First 15 minutes.
And
16 minutes.
and you know what? 2 of them were sensational goals, but you can't have those sensational goals without the feed from Barry off the corner kick. Remember that one? He kind of popped it in the air and turned around and blasted.
yeah.
What a great goal.
Yeah.
A beautiful goal. That was the first goal. And the second goal from Lauren was another beautiful goal. And it's just, Lauren feeds, makes some nice passes as well as scores goals. They both work hard.
Look at this. Oh, jeez, he drilled
Nice
that.
save.
Oh, but the way Radu just walked in there.
That was,
I don't know if we pointed out there's a new keeper in there. I don't think we got his name. Huh?
Yeah, we didn't. But there is a new keeper.
that was a good save.
It was a great save. The coach is laughing down there.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What are you going to do?
Oh, that was a beautiful corner kick. Who kicked that? That was Sweet. That was a beautiful corner kick from Sweet. Another nice service from Sweet. Sweet should have been credited with a couple of assists here in this game. He got the nice goal.
Well, we got a minute 34 left, Joe. And
So I'll give the butternut squash short. I got to split it actually between Lauren and McCarthy. Yeah, very good teamwork between those two tonight.
so we have butternut squash award winner.
But they all played extremely well.
We'll mash it up.
They're going to call a handball.
This is a first call that we've given out, I think.
No, I've split it here with the defenses before.
We've done that before.
I think maybe with the girls last week. I'm not sure.
We may have to play back some tapes, but well, it's recorded. There's no doubt about that.
Good job by Drew to step right up. This is good. Good playing. Smart playing.
Nice job.
Come on, Cole. Come on, Chazy. Nice ball by Chazy. Oh, Rabideau just let it receive it.
Rabideau wants to go.
Good hustle by Chazy to go through. Oh, Chazy's hungry for a goal.
37 seconds.
Sweet has it outside. Sweet's going to let go of the one. Nice shot by Sweet.
Oh,
Second
Sweet
goal.
just ripped it at the 31-second mark. And Sweet is looking sweet.
Yeah. Had a good game. Played well.
The whole team has played well.
Yeah, they did. How about Rabideau? Yeah, want to give Rabideau?
I don't know.
Want to throw Chazy in there? Why not?
Well, we got 28 seconds. And it's not too often you see a team get Henry Aaron's number on his uniform for a number of shots, but we got number 44. Again, we're dating ourselves, Cal. Ourselves.
Willie McCovey.
McCovey.
Reggie Jackson wore it for a while. He had 9, and he went to 44.
Reggie, yeah. McCovey Cove. And this game has officially come to an end, and the Chazy boys win it 11-0. We kind of figured that might happen, Joe.
Yeah, great effort on the part of the Eagles. I'm glad to see Wells. They kept playing hard. They kept their sense of humor, and it was a well-played game with good sportsmanship showed by both sides. Chazy just did a great job. Came right out with both guns. McCarthy getting first 3 goals of the game, kind of setting the pace. And getting some nice feeds from Lauren. Sweet coming in at the end, mixed in with Rabideau playing well. They all played well. It was a good team effort by the Eagles. They only allowed 2 shots, Joey?
2 shots.
So it's glad to see the Eagles moving on, and they'll be playing here next Wednesday night.
Well, Chazy will move on to probably play Elizabethtown. We'll know more later on tonight. And it is the 29th of October 2010 at the George Brendler Field. And as Calvin likes to say, that's the way it was in beautiful downtown